The Yezidis began the fast days of Rojie, Khidr, Nabi and Khidr Ailasa. From Tuesday, the Yezidis began the fast days of Rojie, Khidr, Nabi and Khidr Ailasa, which last 3 days. On Friday, believers celebrate the holiday of Eid Khidr Nabi. The beginning of the fast was announced by the spiritual leader of the Yezidis, Bashet. Restrictions and violation of fasting, deliberate eating and drinking before sunset, sleep in the daytime, smoking, passive eating and drinking water is forbidden before sunrise and after sunset. Before the start of the meal, believers wash and read a prayer. They are exempt from fasting, minor children, the elderly and the sick, pregnant and breastfeeding women. In the Yezidi view, Khidr and Ailasa are 2 saints, riders on a white horse. They are called Khidr Nabi and Khidr Ailasa, riders on a white horse. The first is the executor of desires and the patron of lovers, and the second is the patron of those traveling by sea. Sometimes they appear as 2 brothers, and sometimes as father and son. Some identify them and consider them to be one person. They are mentioned in Yezidi calls. In the legends about Alexander the Great, Iskandar, about Ashkenaz and Shasanaman and Kavla, about Darvesh Adam, as well as other sources. According to the Yezidi legend, Khidr and Ailasa lived in the time of Alexander the Great, Iskandar the 2-horned, who was predicted to die soon. He is told that death can be avoided if he drinks living water, and only Khidr and Ailasa can get it. Khidr Nabi, on the instructions of Ailasa, goes for living water, having met many trials on the way. He collects water in a jug and on the way home decides to rest under an olive tree, and hangs a jug of water on a tree branch. While he is sleeping, a crow arrives, sits on the tree and pokes the jug with its beak, drinking a drop of water. The jug breaks, and the remaining water droplets on its bottom will be drunk by Khidr and Ailasa, and Iskandar will be told that the jug has broken. This legend is very long and tells about the adventures of Iskandar. We will give it in our separate work. About the holiday. The date of the holiday is calculated according to the Eastern calendar, Old Style, and falls on the first Thursday of the month of Sibat, i.e. February. This calculation is followed by the Yezidis of Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. It is noteworthy that there are some differences in the calculation and celebration of the holiday we are interested in between the Yezidis of the former USSR, natives of the Sarhad region in Turkey, and the rest of the Yezidis, which may be caused by territorial remoteness from the rest of the Yezidis. They calculated the dates of the holiday by their methods. The holiday of Khidr Nabi and Khidr Ailasa is preceded by a 3-day fast, Rojie, which is observed, just like other Yazidi fasts. They get up early in the morning before dawn, and after prayer they start eating, which is called passive. They don't eat or drink anything all day after sunrise, and so on until evening. Before the sun sets, the believer washes his hands and face, prays and then begins to eat, which is called Khidr, i.e. talking. The image of Khidr and Ailasa absorbed the features of various mythological characters of the ancient pre-Christian and pre-Islamic Middle East. The legends of Khidr and Ailasa go back to the ancient myth of the search for living water, which is found in the Sumero-Akkadian epic of Gilgamesh. Khidr Ailasa is also mentioned in My Lament of Ashkenaz, which the poet recorded from the lips of a native of Turkey. The legend of Ashkenaz is taken as a basis, common among the Yezidis in the form of a poem.